Okay, so the rumor is when Gypsy was in labor, like while it was happening, while she was having Aurora, that's when her account got hacked and she was communicating with the hacker all while she was in the hospital. And people are like, oh my God, how does she have time to do this when she was in labor? I bet she didn't even really have the baby that day, yada, yada, yada. Well, it's all not true, and I'm gonna prove it to y'all. But I'm gonna do it while reacting to this video that I came across on YouTube by a creator that I don't particularly care for because she constantly spreads misinformation. Her account is called Alice Down the Rabbit Hole. So let's start.
Gypsy slipped up. The timing ain't right.
So proud of how you've handled the coming from going to the hospital, coming out, nobody being able to see you, getting pictures of you, which they're all still shocked about because, they've been able to do that.
Well, it was,
You did good.
it was at 1:30 in the morning, so I mean, it's not like people were staking out.
Gypsy says they went to the hospital at 1:30 in the morning. She also states on this message, my main TikTok account with 9.8 million followers at Gypsy Rose, TikTok was just hacked around 1:30 a.m. Anything posted from that account is not me.
Did you find out the date when she posted that? Because on the 27th at 2:27 a.m., Gypsy sent me the emails the hacker sent her, so.
It gave me the epidural and...
Okay, so pay attention to dates and times. Those are important. I'm in the hospital. She's coming today. That's December 28th, 3:39 a.m. I say, OMG, epidural is working. So this is the 28th at 5:39 a.m., okay?
And then I took like a 2-hour nap. And then I wake up from my 2-hour nap. They check my cervix. I'm 10 centimeters dilated. And they're like, okay, my doctor's like, it's time to push. And I'm like, my eyes got so big. Chris can't even tell you that my eyes got so big because I'm like, oh my God, here it comes.
So while Gypsy was lying in her hospital bed at 6 centimeters after the epidural and catheter were put in, she was texting the hacker about her account. These text messages say it's 4:50 a.m. Why would she be caring about her TikTok account if she is about to give birth?
So here's the DMs that you were just talking about. As you can see, Gypsy sent this to me on the 27th at 4:37 a.m. So that means that no, she was not having this conversation while she was in labor. Now that we established that that was happening on the 27th, let's talk about what she was doing on the 28th. Oh, would you look at this? She was doing exactly what she said she was doing, being in the hospital having a baby. Would you look at that?
They knew this guy was a scammer, and they're still talking to him, and they're still gifting him. And I'm like, I'm watching, and because I was watching from Christy's phone, and we were just watching it all together. And I'm like, grab the popcorn. This is a freaking shit show right now, and we're just watching, baffled. And there was nothing I could do at the time but wait for TikTok to respond to me.
No mention of being in labor. Well, perhaps it was because she wasn't. Just a thought.
I'm like, I'm gonna get my account back. And he's like, give me $400. I'm like, no.
How did she have time to message the person who hacked her account? Well, I don't know if you've ever been pregnant, but I imagine that someone who's 9 months pregnant isn't doing much at 5:30 in the morning. And considering it wasn't on the day that she had her child, I think she had plenty of time, right?
On December 29th, Gypsy posted this message. I am in the process of getting my TikTok back into my possession, and that is why the account is currently frozen. Thank you to everyone who attempted to assist with this unfortunate incident. Ken announced that the baby was born on January 1st, 2025, and made it sound like they had a New Year's baby. But she was apparently born on December 28th, 2024.
No, that's called making an assumption. Ken never said, we just had a baby today. No, he said going into the new year. Going into the new year, because they were going into the new year with a new baby. The 28th is not that far away from New Year's. So they were, in fact, going into the new year with a baby.
Which is the anniversary of Gypsy Rose's release from prison. If the baby was born at 9:48 a.m. on December 28th, then why didn't anyone see Ken and Gypsy leaving the hospital with their baby girl later that day? I understand no one seeing them arrive at 1:30 a.m., but the next morning or afternoon in bright daylight would be hard to miss.
Well, she didn't go home the next day, for one. She went home on Monday, but that's not that important. What's important, though, is pointing out the fact that you think it's weird that no one got a picture of her, since I guess all people are supposed to be fucking weird and take pictures of new mothers coming out of the hospital, right? Y'all are demented.
So here are 3 possibilities of what really happened.
Okay, so y'all get ready to hear the possibilities of what really happened. Spoiler alert, they're all delusional.
She did have the baby on December 28th and was able to text the hacker and call TikTok even while she was in labor.
Well, we have already debunked that since she was in labor on the 28th, not the 27th, which was when the hacker hacked the account. So, bomb, wrong answer.
The hacking was a distraction, so no one would expect she was having the baby at that time, and put together by Ken, Gypsy, and Bree.
She caught me.
Picture of Ken and Gypsy at the hospital is staged by Lifetime, and the baby is a newborn doll.
It's just a doll. Oh my God, y'all are crazy.
Another possibility? Gypsy gave birth before December 28th. In these pictures, which happened December 12th and December 13th, Gypsy looks thin and her face looks tired and drawn. She doesn't look pregnant at all in these pictures. Could she have had the baby the end of November 2024 instead of the end of December? Or was she just feeling sick those days and she never had a baby?
Okay, for one, Gypsy does look pregnant in that picture, but here's a better one, and then this was more recent. This was on the 25th, on Christmas. I would say Gypsy looks pretty pregnant, but, maybe not.
Whatever the truth is, you can't convince me that Gypsy had the baby on the same night her TikTok account was hacked.
Well, it's a good thing that that's not what anyone's trying to convince you of, since those were two different days, the 27th and the 28th. But it sounds like you're convinced of that, though.
Also, you can't convince me she had the baby on the anniversary of when she was released from prison.
Well, get over it, sweetheart, because it fucking happened on that day. Y'all are crazy.
She also gave birth a month before the baby was due, but we're just supposed to overlook that and say she was a full-term baby? I'm not buying it. Since they claim she had the baby December 28th, why isn't Ryan Anderson having the DNA test done so he can see if he is the father? The timing doesn't seem right for Ken anymore. But then I don't believe there really is a baby.
This right here is my nephew. It's not Aurora, everybody. Calm down. This is my nephew. He was born a month early. Looks pretty perfect to me. People do have their babies early. You know that, right? And also, Gypsy got a paternity test already. She shared the damn results with y'all. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. But look, a month early, and he's so cute.
Tell me what you think in the comments. Could Gypsy deal with her hacked TikTok account at the same time as being in labor? Or is everything a staged lie and we may never know the truth?
You forgot to add the choice, or is it just me? Is it just that I enjoy spreading misinformation without getting the facts? And even when I do get the facts, I don't take the video down. You forgot to add that option for your people, to choose from. Because that would be the correct answer.
Please like, share, and